Fortnite is one of the greatest Okay, I'm just gonna stop right there. Fortnite was one of the greatest video games in the entire world. I'm talking back in like 2017, 2018. Basically ruled the world. Not saying that it isn't getting better, but this is my video, so I just had the tone. Anyways, this popularity is due to its extremely fluent gameplay loop of one battle royale after another, mixing with a load of fun little features and additions, like weapon variety, items, vehicles, etc. The thing that stands out to me most, though, is the map and its absolute truckloads of locations to land at. Like, I started playing in Season 2 and stopped playing around Season 9 because at that point, there's way too much shit being added and everything was just confusing. But I swear, at that time, there's at least like 100 places to land. It was like, too much. But anyways, today, I'm going to be looking at some of the most nostalgic and hated named locations throughout all of Fortnite Chapter 1's history. So, let's get started. Night Battle Pass. Shoot, we're starting? Okay, yeah. So, this is the tier list. So instead of like the F tier, no one goes here like ever. Then, you know, might pass through if you're rotating to get away from Storm. Then it's like pretty cool, pretty average. Sometimes you go here if it's like on the battle bus route. And then we have nostalgic and good loot, so those are the places where I was like, yeah, I went here pretty often, and they always good loot. Then top tier, only the elites. And then this is like another section where it's just high up because it's a hot drop, which I think you can already know one of them that's gonna go there. But let's just sort of get into it. All right. Anarchy Acres. Anarchy Acres. So, one of the two farm locations on the map before Chapter 5, I believe, with the rocket, because the rocket like blew something up or something. I don't know. This Anarchy Acres, I always felt was the lesser of the two farm places, because they were both the same, but Fatal just had like more to it. And Anarchy Acres is sort of a stupid name, and so is Fatal Fields, but I kind of like Fatal Fields better. So if I'm gonna put it somewhere, I think it's just gonna have to go mid, honestly. So that was Anarchy Acres. Dusty Depot. Oh, what can I even say about Dusty Depot? Dusty Depot is one of the best locations. It was so mid back then, but once we realized it was gone, it became one of the best locations. Like, it was. And funnily enough, so I was such a wimp playing Fortnite back then. I used to hide and run from like. I went to the farthest reaches of the map. But for some reason, I always landed Dusty Depot, and I obviously almost died, but it was such a basic location, but it was one of the best, so. I'm not gonna say it's an elite, but I will say it's nostalgic. And it had a lot of gray loot, so I wouldn't say it has the best loot, but whatever. Dusty Divot? I like Dusty Divot better, actually. So, I would say, actually, if I'm gonna say it's better, and I'll organize them by this, like putting one in front of the other two, but I feel like Dusty Divot is just a lot better than Dusty Depot, or not like a lot, but enough to go back up a thing, so I'm gonna go like this. Yeah, even though Anarchy Acres, I kind of went negative on, I'll still leave it like that. So, yes, I actually like Dusty Divot. Always had enough resources. Not a lot of people landed here after it started to get, like, foresty and stuff. At the beginning, with all the hop rocks and stuff, everybody always landed here, but had good loot. There's like a asteroid something with like growing in. It was a good place. I would say it's nostalgic and had good loot. Fatal Fields. Yeah, so as I was saying, the other farm location, this one was just better. I don't know. I believe it was the one that had like the under bridge thing and like the fork knife Easter egg or something. It's just funnier. I don't know. It's just better. I wouldn't say it's better than Dusty Divot, but I will say it's probably right here. Flush Factory, that's just a, no. I was such a, like, as I said, I was such a wimp to land, but even I, as, like, the wimp I am, I never landed Flush Factory on the outskirts of the map. Didn't have good loot. Just wasn't good. I don't know what was bad about it. It just wasn't good. I maybe went here, like, once or twice. And I think a lot of people went here, too, which is weird. Or maybe that's why I didn't go there, because more people went there than, like, Wailing. But I did not like Flush Factory. Frosty Flights, Season 7 was probably my favorite, Season 7 and 8, and then Season 9 was a disappointment, which is funny, but, I don't remember Frosty Flights as much as the other Season 7 locations, or, like, Happy Hamlet or whatever, I don't even remember, that much. But I remember there was a lot of zip lines, and I remember there was a lot of planes, and I love planes. And there was also it was a really big location. It had pretty good loot. So I think honestly, I'll put it like here. I think that's pretty good. It is very average. Gotham City, barely remember Gotham City. I did not play a lot of Season 10. But I do remember it sort of. It was sort of cool that you could like glide and stuff. But I'm not experienced enough to know where it is. So you know what I'll do? Actually, no. It's too late for that. I'll put it in here. This will be like... You know what I'll do here? Watch this. Plus don't know. That'll be the either no one goes here. I just don't know it. Yeah. So if I don't know it, I'll put it at the very end. If I don't know it, I'll put it in the front because I didn't give it enough chance. Okay. Yeah, I didn't really know Gotham that much. It was like a variant of Tilted or something. Greasy Grove. I had a dream about Greasy Grove once, but I think honestly, it was just another Pleasant, honestly, with just a bigger thing. And I didn't land here too much when it was around, like if I'm gonna be completely honest. But I know it was a big hot drop, so I might have to put it here, just because I know it was a big hot drop. Personally, if there wasn't a hot drop, I'd probably put it like here, but it was a big hot drop for a lot of people I know. So, and it had pretty good loot. It was like another saltier Pleasant, so I'll put it in hot drop. Happy Hamlet. I went here like maybe 5-6 times, but I'm putting it here. I always rotated here. Like I always landed Polar Peak when Season 7 was at its peak. Funny enough. I'm so funny. I always went here during after I looted Polar. Storm would always end up somewhere around Happy Hamlet, so that was just the next place I went to. So, and I didn't land here on its own. I never did that, but it was just that. Okay, Haunted Hills is a bit of a weird one because a lot of people don't even remember it was a thing because it barely had any chests, any loot, and it was super tiny. But it was behind like a mountain in that far outskirts near Junk Junction. But I actually really liked Haunted Hills. Like I didn't land there often, but when I did, it didn't disappoint. I got some good legendary loot there, and it was pretty cool. It had a cool ambiance, so I think I'm gonna put it like, probably gonna put it like here. Anarchy Acres, you don't have to be the most average anymore. Haunted Hills is a little bit better. Okay, Junk Junction, I can just automatically just put it like right here, probably, right here. Same thing as Haunted Hills, but I landed Junk Junction a little bit more. It was also more OG. Actually, was it? I don't actually remember. I think Haunted Hills might have been later on, but Junk Junction. Yeah, I think Haunted Hills came later on, but Junk Junction was a little more OG, and it was also more loot. It would be a more well-known location, I would say. Yeah, I like Junk Junction was okay though. Lazy Lagoon. I do remember Lazy Lagoon. I actually landed here a good amount, or I rotated here a lot, but I wouldn't say that it's all deserves to be on the same level of Happy Hamlet because I actually landed here a little bit more often, or came here more often than Happy. So I'd probably put it like here. I would say. I do remember going here a lot. Lazy Links, just instant middle. No, even Anarchy Acres can be a bit higher. No, you know what? No, you know what? Lazy Links deserves to be at the end. Lazy Links was the most average POI I've ever seen in my entire life. This is going to be a long video, by the way. We've got a lot more to go. Should probably go faster. Whatever. Lazy Links was just so dang average. It was just so spread out, and there was just I landed here, but it was so in the like middle where a lot of people more people would land, but it wasn't a hot drop, so I would say that it's just not valid. It's not a good or a bad location. It's just so average, and it had a cool theme, I guess, but it was just not very good. Leaky Lake, I do like Leaky Lake. I would honestly probably gonna put it somewhere up here. Leaky Lake, I have a lot of memories with, even though I don't like. I think it's because of the tornado. And the Kevin event, like, Leaky Lake was awesome, and the whole island going around the map, and all the whirlpools and like Loot Lake is just a cool location on its own, but Leaky Lake I think brought it up a lot, but in its own way. So I'm gonna say that it's definitely cool. Actually, you know what? Yeah, Leaky Lake is better than Dusty Divot, I would say. I did like Leaky Lake. Lonely Lodge, I can't put it there. I'm gonna have to put it like here, I would say. I almost 0 times went to Lonely Lodge, even while rotating, but I still did sometimes, and it wasn't bad. Like, I remember the forests and the lodges and stuff, but I almost never went here. Like, it was so near Wailing, which was one of my favorite locations, and I'll get to that, but Lonely was just was worse. I don't know, it just wasn't in a corner, didn't have as much loot, it was just bad. I'm gonna be completely honest. Loot Lake is probably the best out of nostalgic and good loot. Even though I was saying I was a wimp, I did find myself going to Loot Lake a lot. The 2 factory things. Actually, Loot Lake deserves to be up here. Loot Lake deserves to be up here because the 2 factory buildings had good loot. The middle house was always a fight scene. That was always fun. The Thanos Lake, or Lean Lake, that was awesome. A lot went down with Loot Lake, and I'm gonna say that it deserves to be with the elites. Lucky Landing, another one of my favorite locations, but I'm gonna say that deserves to be right here. Lucky Land, because it's not elite, because not as many people went there, and I don't think a lot of people even remember Lucky Landing, but as a wimp, I always used to land on the very outskirts, and funnily enough, this was one of the routes that it always went on, but somehow no one ever landed here, so I just took all the loot, and it had insane loot, and it had a cool, like, landscape, cool theming, it had a good rotation around it, all the, like, little buildings with 3 chests, those were awesome. So Lucky Landing deserves to be in the nostalgic. Mega Mall was good. I don't know what I remember, but I remember it had a lot of cool, like, it just looked cool. I remember it was a huge, like, obviously a huge Mega Mall, but like the stores. I remember there was like a Stranger Things store. I remember there was a lot of loot here, and there's a lot of people went here. I wouldn't say it was a hot drop, but there was definitely a lot of people that went here. So I'm honestly probably gonna put it. It's not nostalgic as much as the others, but it did have really good loot. So I'm gonna put it a little bit above Fatal. Mega Mall was cool. Moisty Mire, is there any question? Moisty Mire was insane. In season 4, it had the cool like renovation with the film crew. The prison was top tier. I loved the prison. That had like the little swamp houses. I don't know, and it just got away from us so quickly. I miss it. It was really awesome. Moisty Mire, the lily pads. Moisty Mire was just the best. I don't think I can ever say anything about that. Moisty Palms? Oh, was this the place where it was like... Wait, hold on. Paradise Palms. This was the place where you could like play hide and seek or something, wasn't it? I just remember that like from 1 or 2 games that I for some reason played in season 10, but I tried too hard. No one ever goes here. That's just, and you could like barely get loot in here or something. I don't know. Moisty Palms. I don't know too much, but it definitely deserves to be in the bottom tier. That's just stupid. They shouldn't have done that. Neo Tilted. That's a hot drop. There's not much I can say about Neo Tilted. It was really cool when it came out, but it was just another Tilted. They can't take away Tilted and not replace it because people would just get angry. So they had to do something. It was cool though. Had cool loot. Had cool buildings. I guess it's not my favorite, but it is a hot drop, so I have to put it there. Paradise Palms, elite, absolute elite. I'm gonna put it above Loot Lake. I don't understand why Paradise Palms and the whole desert area only had one named location when it was that big, but Paradise Palms was just delivered. It's not a hot drop, I wouldn't say. Not like half the lobby didn't go there, but it was definitely like amazing. Like loot was spectacular. That one hotel building had so much, and there was like the whole district of houses and like stores. Always good loot. Then there was like the dinosaurs. There's the racetrack. so many memories in Paradise Palms. It was A tier. Pleasant Park's another hot drop. Pleasant Park, you know what? I'm just going to find it now. Salty Springs and Pleasant Park. I'll put it, meh. You know what? I'll just do it now. Because Pleasant Park and Salty Springs were like the two twins that went to school together. You couldn't have one without the other. Even though season 3 and chapter 2 and 3 kind of did that. But Pleasant Park, I liked better than Salty Springs. Wait, hold on. Am I doing this right? Oh, I guess I'm not exactly putting the hot drops in locations. I guess it doesn't really, hot drop order doesn't really matter because they were all hot drops. Pleasant Park I liked better just because it was more spread out and had better loot. Salty Springs, you could just get shot from absolutely nowhere and you would just die instantly. Salty Springs was like terrifying, but Pleasant Park was a bit nicer, a bit more pleasant, I guess you could say. Yeah, but they were both big hot drops. Polar Peak. Polar Peak is one of I think it might be my second favorite location ever. Polar Peak, it was just so fun. The monster event was cool, I guess, but that's not why I liked it. It was just huge high ground, so that was always cool. The zip lines and planes going around it, awesome. And I loved it when it was season 7, it was melting, so more and more loot got around more and more buildings. It just like revealed it more every week. And then season 8, Polar Peak was also good. But honestly, Polar Peak was just awesome. It's such a cool location. Had like a bunch of lore to it, I guess, too. And the loot, I guess, was alright, but it was just an awesome location because no one went here either, even though it was like right smack in like more like the center left bottom of the map. No one ever went here, so it was all I could take all the loot basically. Pressure plant? Oh, pressure plant was the volcano. I think. Or it was like something after the volcano? No, it was like after the volcano. Yeah. I didn't really... I don't know. Pressure... probably a season 9 thing. I probably should Google it, but... I don't really remember pressure plant, but I'm gonna assume it was like after the volcano like erupted, because that's what the picture looks like. Don't really remember landing here that much. I think I did a couple times, but if I can't remember it that much, I don't think it's worth it. So I'm just gonna put it down here. I don't even remember it, to be completely honest. I do remember the volcano. The volcano was pretty cool, but that's not the volcano. That's just pressure plant. So yeah, I wouldn't put it that. I'll put it there because I do remember Sunny Steps, which is later on. But yeah, Retail Row, another hot drop. I'm gonna graph them based on how much I like them. Probably gonna put so far Pleasant Park, Greasy. No, Pleasant Park, Retail, Greasy. Like this, probably like this. I do like Retail Row a lot. Actually, probably even more than Pleasant Park. Retail Row is awesome. All the shops, all the loot. It was just like a better Salty Springs. There's a lot to do in retail, so I do like retail as one of the biggest hot drops. Risky Reels didn't land here that much. What just happened? Like the weirdest hiccup ever. Risky Reels, I didn't land here that much, and I don't remember it being insane with loot. So I think it did, and I just remember it being there for like a while, and then it like moved up. I remember it was like right smack in the center of the map, and then it like moved up towards the. Or was it the opposite? Was it that it was always near like Wailing, and then they moved it down to like the center of the map? That might have been like the chapter 2 thing. Maybe I'm just confusing them, but Risky was alright. I would probably definitely remember it more than Lonely. Yeah, I would say that this is good. Okay, Shifty, I did like Shifty. More than Mega Mall, yeah. I would say Shifty goes right here. Shifty had good loot, and it was always kind of a maze. And there's always, I would say it was almost a hot drop. A lot of people landed here, but it was good. Like, it was a very good location. I liked Shifty a lot. It was kind of weird, though, if I'm going to be completely honest. Like, just didn't make a... There was always, like, a hidden chest that I could, like, never find. It was always annoying. It was, like, in the ground. Snobby Shores. No one likes Snobby Shores but me. I loved Snobby Shores. I don't know what I just said, but Snobby was, like, one of the weird locations that no one went to for no reason because it had top tier loot. The loot here was absolutely immaculate. Like, it was always like 2 legendaries, 3 legendaries. Like, it was so good. But it was so hard to rotate from Storm. Like, you were so cut off from the rest of the map. So I think I'm gonna have to put it. If it's gonna be all the way here, it's probably gonna be like have to be like right here. I did like Snobby Shores a lot, but not a lot of people did. Starry Suburbs, I don't even know what that is. I'm gonna be completely honest, I don't even know what that is. It sounds cool, it looks cool, so I'll put it here, but I don't even know what that is. Wait, no. Why is Moisty Palms in the top? Gotham should be better. Like this, I guess. No, like that. I don't even know what Moisty Palms is. Like, honestly. Oh yeah, because the top was supposed to be that I didn't know. Whatever, it doesn't matter. I don't even know what that is. I don't remember that. Was that even a real place? I don't remember that. I do remember Sunny Steps though. Sunny Steps was pretty cool and average. I think that's where it goes. I landed. There was this one of my top 3 locations other than, this was other than like Wailing Woods and Polar Peak. It was a location near Sunny Steps. It was like a hamster ball factory or whatever those were called, the ballers. It was like one of those factory areas. It was the best location in the way. I always went there with duos with my friend. It was just so good. You got all the loot. No one ever landed there. Then you could just baller and rotate to Lazy Lagoon and get that loot too, or to Sunny Steps. Or sometimes you land Sunny Steps first, but not always. So I think I'm gonna put, just for that reason, I think I'm gonna put it like here. No, here. Yeah, that's good. Okay. I do remember the block actually. This is probably the weirdest location. It was like they had like a competition would be on a block, and sometimes they were actually really cool. So I would say it's definitely bottom of average. But no, you know what? My pasture while rotating all the way at the bottom, because you never landed at the block. It was something you just saw in the distance and decided to check out. Now we get the Tilted Towers. Honestly, in my opinion, Tilted Retail Row is better than Tilted, but Tilted is one of the... No, you know, I can't say that. Tilted is better. Tilted is just better. I just can't say that. Tilted is one of the best locations. I kid you not, I think I've seen almost all of the lobby, like 990,000 people land here in one game. Like, you can't underestimate how many people. Like, Clock Tower at least had like 10 people on it at the same time. Just Clock Tower. There was always that building that always kept getting destroyed. There was always like the underground bridge, the building that was always in construction. Like, this whole Tilted had it all. It was loot was actually not always the best. It was kind of average, but it was just such a good location. It was one of the best that they've ever added, and that's why it was so hyped when it got rid of and stuff like that. Always used to joke about, oh, Tilted Tower's going away, Tilted Tower's going away. Like, yeah, it did, and it got replaced by the stupid ones. Speaking of the stupid ones, Tilted Town. Tilted Town was a cool idea. Might pass through while rotating. Where should I put it? I do remember Tilted Town out of the time I played Season 10. Here. Yeah. Tilted Town was like a really cool idea, but it didn't really work as much. Because you couldn't break things, you couldn't use your guns. It's just kind of weird. But it was okay, I guess. It was a cool idea. Oh, Tomato Temple. I'll do Tomato Town first. Tomato Town was one of those locations that I sometimes rotated to after Wailing. And usually, actually, it was kind of more of a hot drop, which is kind of weird. A lot of people used to land in Tomato Town. It was a really small location, too. I wouldn't say it's nostalgic. I would say it's average, but I would say it's, like, better than Anarchy. Because Anarchy was just so mid for me. I would say Tomato Town's there. It had a cool idea to it. And also, like, the pizza pit thing on a where. Was that the Durr Burger for, like, Season 5? It was, like, in real life or something. Tomato Temple is literally the same location, but just a little bit better. Actually, you know what? No, better than... I would say, like, here. No, Sunny Steps is better. Yeah, Tomato Temple was really cool, but it just wasn't, like... You know, it just was really cool. I think that's just... I'll leave it there. Like, it was pretty cool. Just as the orange thing says. And then we get to Wailing Woods. Funny that it was last. Wailing Woods is my favorite. Do you hear me? Favorite location. It's just amazing. The maze, it was cool. It was alright. But I think there was exactly 4 cabins spread around. I used to go to every single one. No one, and I mean no one, ever landed here. And it's such a big location. I harvested 999 wood, got all the loot, and I was just stacked for the rest of the game. That's how I got most of my solo wins and duo wins. We just always went here. And the maze was cool. The cabins were cool. There's like a car, I remember. and it was like right near Tomato Town, and it was just the best. It was just the best. If I ever wanted the sky base, just go Wailing Woods. Like Wailing Woods was one of the best locations. And yeah, that's the end of the video. Let's see. I wonder if I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this, or get a lot of like positive hate. Maybe, I don't know what that is, but I don't know. If you agree with me, comment down below, and if you don't, also comment down below. Yeah. So if you enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe, and yeah, thanks for watching.